Hi everybody, so in today's video, we'll be doing another unboxing of our final Scooby Doo figure from Figure Toy Company. Now, you're wondering who it is, and you probably saw the reveal. This is going to be our last figure, and this is Redbeard's ghost, or the ghost of Redbeard. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good figure. Now, I do want to let you know, Figure Toy Company did release this figure again, but it's the white version of Redbeard's Ghost. And personally, I think that's the worst Scooby-Doo figure that they made, because I think it's just the common one, just painted white. I mean, if you guys aren't a little wary of, I do talk shit about Fat Mojo of them repainting their figures. But this is the OG Redbeard's Ghost. But yeah, it's pretty good. I finally got Redbeard's Ghost. Now, I do want to talk about, there is another Redbeard's Ghost figure, and is this one. I did mention him in the top 10 villain figures, list. Again, if you want me to revisit that in a future video, let me know in the comments. But yeah, this guy has his iconic sword, and again, you can actually remove the sword as you want to. So as for Redbeard's Ghost himself, so yeah, if you kind of see, he does have his sword. It's in his belt. I think it's sort of in his belt, or like the pink strap around his coat. But yeah, so and by the way, if you're wondering, it is an official licensed retro figure. So, and he does a bio. So let's see what it says. It says there, a newspaper headline catches Freddy's eye. Coast Guard baffled. Third Raider raid in Freighter raid in a week. The artist quotes C.L. Magnus, owner of a failing ocean shipping company, who claims the ghost of Redbeard has returned and seeks revenge. Intrigued, Scooby and the gang goes to investigate and visits Mr. Magnus, affirming that 300-year-old tales of pirates that once terrorized the seven seas coincided it was C.L. Magnus' ancestors who brought the Scalawag's to justice, in a case of supernatural payback or something more sinister going on. So basically, if you guys aren't aware of, Redbeard was the terror of seven seas. C.L. Magnus' ancestor brought him to justice, and rumor has it his ghost is going after C.L. Magnus. Although, if you do see the bio, C.L. Magnus was in fact the ghost of Redbeard. And if you guys aren't aware of, the ghost of Redbeard is a pretty unique villain figure. And a pretty good unique villain. Well, personally, I still pick Frankenstein in space as my favorite villain. But I do see people being very interested with the ghost of Redbeard here. So, oh yeah, and I also want to point out the fact, after looking at the packaging, you can see that the mask is two separate pieces. You got his pirate hat and his mask. It's a lot different from, like, some of the figures that I got, like Carlotta, Frankenstein, and the Snow Ghost, where all of them only just had one mask. He comes in two, so his mask comes in two. So I think this is a pretty good figure. So I think it's about time we unbox this dude. So yeah. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, you do have his henchmen in the background. But yeah, it's pretty cool that you do get glimpses of his henchmen. So yeah, here's his background. Here's his background here. Okay, time to remove the zip. There's some little zip tags here. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, you can see that his hat and his mask are two separate pieces. But yeah, now let me get him untied here. Okay, so I get the figure out package, and here it is. Here it is. Here is the ghost of Redbeard. Well, actually, Mr. C.L. Magnus as Redbeard's ghost. He does have articulation in the arms and legs here. There's a little stiff little joints. But yeah, you can see that he... Yeah, so you do have... Yeah, so this is what he looks like wearing the mask here. If you're wondering, he does have... Now, you're wondering, he does have his sword. And that is also another thing you can do with Redbeard's ghost. Is like, you can put the sword in his belt here. There you go. You got him wearing his... Yeah, so this is actually pretty good with figure toy companies. Like, I like how you can kind of put the figure's sword in hand. Now, you're wondering about the head rotate. Now, you're wondering, he does have articulation in the arms, and his head does rotate, his arm does, and same does his legs. So I think it's about time we get him in his full suit. So here is his hat. It is a pretty, it is one piece. Again, I did mention this before. This is a pretty good figure. I do. Oh wait, I didn't know there was a pull strap here. There you go. But yeah, so this is his hat here. I think the way how this works is, I think you put the mask on first and then you put the hat on. So yeah, so this is Redbeard's mask. Here's Redbeard's Ghost's mask here. It is pretty good. You have the pink bandana. And if you're wondering about, here's his hat. I do like his hat. You have the pink outline with the skull and crossbones. And supposedly, I think you're supposed to play... There you go. So, now, that's what the mask looks like. And if you're wondering, we just put the figure... We put the figure... And voila! We got the ghost of Redbeard. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the figure. Again, I do think the figure looks pretty good. Again, I do like the mask being two separate pieces. And if I want to be honest, I personally picked this version of Redbeard than the character version. Because even though the mask is removable, but in the same time, I do like it how the sword could be on the pocket. Like, if you just take the sword off here, you can take the sword off and you can just, like, shove it, like, right here by his pocket. Like, his little pocket here. And to make it look like he's about to attack the gang. Like, you can even have him with this pose. Like, he can just do, like, this. Like, he can, like, jump scare people. But, yeah, supposedly you can put the sword on the side here, which is a good thing. It is a pretty good thing. I'm pretty sure that this in the white version of him will probably do the same thing. And if I'm also probably guessing, he does have the same thing again, where only the mask and hat are two separate pieces. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Redbeard's Ghost. Personally, I do think Redbeard's Ghost is a pretty good figure. But unfortunately, this is the last figure of Figure Toy Company that I have. And if you're wondering... it was a pretty good, I think it was a pretty good job on trying to get every single figure. I did take a break from going after the Jack Specific Bendy figure, but I do think it is pretty good to finally get some new figures for my collection with Carlotta and Snow Ghost. But as for everyone else, I think it's pretty good. I don't know if Figure Toy comes returning back to Scooby Doo, but I still think Figure Toy Company did a good job on their figures. Now, if you're wondering, will I go after the remaining Scooby Doo figures from Figure Toy Company? Probably not, because some of their figures on eBay are a little expensive. Most of them going for about like $100 to $500. Even the 2-pack with the Green Ghost, That's going about like $650 on eBay. But yeah, I want to be honest. So I don't know what it'll be. I don't know if I'll be going back for another figure from Figure Toy Company. But I want to be honest. But I do think Redbeard's Ghost here looks pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy this little series of me reviewing Figure Toy Company Scooby Doo figures, as well as the reveals to these guys. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think of Redbeard's Ghost here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.